Hi, I'm Olivia F. Scott, Assistant Professor of Advertising at Loyola University, New Orleans, and founder of Omerge Alliance's Marketing Consultancy. I've been practicing in the marketing and advertising field for over 25 years, and there is no more of a dynamic time for our industry than now. With all the new media platforms, there is a lot to stay on top of and sometimes more questions than answers. So, Behind the Ad presents you with makers in the industry, people who are doing the thing, who can really answer the questions that you need to be a leading marketer, or if you're planning on coming to Loyola University, getting more insight into the field of advertising and marketing. So, in today's Behind the Ad, we have the privilege of speaking with Allison Herrera about how to drive social media engagement. Allison is a New Orleans native who began her career in broadcast journalism with Raycom Media. She fell in love with the idea of using her media expertise to assist companies and brands with their advertising. She left the news business to follow her dream of starting a media marketing company that specializes in video for digital advertising, which is called Uptown Girl Media. In a year's time, Allison managed to expand the services that her company offers, making her firm a full-service marketing agency. And what's amazing is that Allison made history as the first minority-owned company focused on video advertising in New Orleans. So I'm thrilled that we have a legend in the house with us today. Allison is also a firm believer in giving back to her community, whether it's via instructing Zumba at the Louisiana School for the Visually Impaired or helping young children at Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. And today she's going to help us understand more about social media engagement. Allison, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. I know that you're very busy with Uptown Girl Media, so thank you for making the time.
Oh, well, thanks for inviting me. Anything for y'all.
Thank you. And congratulations on what you've built with Uptown Girl.
Thank you.
It's really incredible. A young woman, the courage, the boldness, it's really incredible. So I'm going to go right into it. So social media is all the rage. We know that. It's all about social media.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we're finally understanding we're moving beyond follows and likes. We're getting beyond that. And now people are like, it's about the engagement. So since we know that we can go out and just buy follows, it really is about getting people to engage with your content.
Right.
So can you tell us, how do you define social media engagement?
So for social media engagement, social media, think about it from the beginning of time, the OG, Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Facebook was actually created to maintain relationships, establish new ones, connect with people, for you to be social. It was a platform to really engage with people. And then from there, all these other social media platforms came up, from Instagram to TikTok. We are swamped with so many options. But what's going on now with strategy and algorithm is that it's pivoting back to the original cause of why it was created. So it really wants to foster community. It really wants to foster relationships, anything of that matter. Mm-hmm. So a like and a comment isn't necessarily what you need to look for anymore in terms of defining success. I tell a lot of my clients, if you have, let's just throw out a nice number, 2,000. If you have 2,000 followers, that doesn't necessarily correlate to 2,000 potential customers.
So now we talked offline about when you're creating content and how you can have different angles. How do you create content that drives engagement?
It all goes back to statistics and data. What are your followers or even non-followers? What are their eyeballs on, and what's retaining? Is it a video that's more goofy? Is it something that provides more information? Is it something with a lot of transitions? With videos with transitions, mm-hmm. Video is very hot right now. We all know that. Every app is trying to push some form of short form video. Even YouTube now has short form video options, kind of
mm-hmm.
like a Reel
Shorts
or a TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think the one thing that we do across the board for all of our clients that is successful is we create transitions along with different angles. So, for example, you could be in the same spot that you're at, but by us just kind of transitioning the camera and doing a fun little maybe spin, the mind psychologically thinks it's starting from the beginning, and you retain that viewer's attention. They will stay with you because it's movement that's really going to keep them focused. And because, as we all know, the attention span just gets worse and worse every year. that's something that helps with a short term, attention span.
Interesting. So, since our attention spans are diminishing, we all, as content creators and advertisers and brands, we need to really try to create content that follows that shorter attention span by making content that's more choppy and shorter.
Exactly. And if you don't do something that's choppy and shorter, or you want to do something that's longer, another thing that's really popular now is a carousel post.
Okay.
So, unlike TikTok, you can post on Facebook or Instagram a multitude of graphics, maybe using that as your informational. So one thing that I like to advise people is we can do the short, choppy introduction as a reel and then get into the nitty gritty as a post.
Okay.
So that way your followers can still see the depth of the information that you need to put out.
So we talked earlier about follows and likes not meaning so much anymore. Is there a target engagement number that we can look towards, like look for a 20% engagement number? Like, I know a lot of people are doing influencer marketing these days.
Right.
And so they're looking for influencers that don't just have all the numbers, but people who have high engagement. So is there like a benchmark number that shows you that this account or this influencer is really popular?
I think the biggest thing is just see how that influencer actually engages, literally to the foundation of the word, engages with the community. Is she commenting back with everybody? Do you see her replying on stories? If someone asks a question, is she bringing it back up and replying to them?
Okay.
Is she saying, hey, I have some inquiring minds looking for where I got my shoes. This is where they are.
Okay.
And you press it and you see all the stuff that she's put up. Of course, that could happen with any influencer, but you really want to see what they're doing for you. Not what they're doing for them.
Yes.
Which is very important. I mean, anyone can call themselves an influencer, but again, just like engagement, we're going back down to the root of the word. Influencers are supposed to influence. They're supposed to make you create or make a decision based on them and their input and their, what they feel about a product or a service. So see what they're giving you, and that's probably what you'll find in terms of engagement. It's just tough because you don't have access to their back end.
Absolutely.
But if you message them and they message you back, if they say, hey, Olivia, thank you so much, blah, 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 like, you'll know if they're truly, authentically engaging with you.
Final question for you. Is there any recent campaign or campaign period Uptown Girl has done that you're really proud of you want to share with our audience behind the ad?
Yeah, so not really a campaign, but more of a new client that we've transformed their social media management. They were doing all right. They weren't doing awful by any means, but they got rid of the former agency and hired us.
Yay.
And their growth is phenomenal. It's well over 100%. And their reels, the amount of just views have tripled. So we're doing a really great job. Even though it's not a campaign, it's something that I'm very proud of at the moment.
What was it that you did? Your company did? I mean, without telling us the client name, but just what was it? Did you pay attention more to the client?
Yeah.
Pay attention more to the audience? Like, what did you do?
So what we did was we pull, and this is for all of our clients, we pull your audience's most active time that they're on social, so that their eyeballs are on there, them liking stuff, pretty much anything. So we take all the data from their followers. And again, right now, social media is kind of weird where they're going to be pushing stuff to your followers and they're going to be pushing stuff to non-followers. It's like TikTok when you go on the page and you're like, I don't follow these people, but I love this. Or Instagram, people are like, bring it back to our friends. But back to that, we just pull followers because we really can't just determine the whole, everybody on Instagram's most active time. So we pull that. And then what we did was we actually authentically and genuinely listened to the client.
Okay.
Listen to what they want, what's important in their industry, because even though I'm a professional and I'm an expert in my industry, I'm certainly not in theirs.
Right.
So we listened to the client and we made sure everything we were creating they were comfortable with and happy with, and their points were getting across, but we also took the idea of what they wanted of the longer form videos and persuading them with numbers, data, facts. Audiences just do better with the short forms and and then trending sound, of course. That was the last bit of it. Adding trending sound makes all the world of difference. I always tell clients, I don't care if You know, Super Freak is your favorite song. I don't care. We're going to use this song because it's trending.
Yeah. Well, Allison, thank you so much for spending time with us, for sharing your secret sauce and sharing how you do business and how you've been so successful. If people want to find out more about Uptown Girl Media, where can they go?
So you can head on over to our website. It's www.uptowngirl.media, not .com, .media. And that was actually done to strategically search engine optimization purposes.
Smart.
Yes. So we did that. But yeah, you can find us that way. You can fill in the contact button, all that good stuff. And if you want to call us, our number is 504-788-2UGM.
Yay. So strategic. Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you so much for being here for this edition of Behind the Ad with Allison Herrera. We'll see you soon.